Hi, I'm Amber Patterson and welcome to Volusia Magazine. Today we'll introduce you to the newly elected county council members who are now officially on the job and hard at work for you. Then we'll take a look at a program for low-income families that helps protect homes from wind damage. Later on in the show, Volusia Here and Now reporter Joanne Magley will take us to Blue Springs State Park for a look at the visitors of a non-human type, manatees. And Community Information Director Dave Byron sits down with President and CEO of the Daytona Beach Convention and Visitors Bureau, Jeff Hentz. You'll want to stick around for these segments, news, and more coming right up on Volusia Magazine. Stay tuned. The 2013 Volusia County Council meeting for the first time started the year off full steam ahead, getting down to business after a ceremonial morning spent with the swearing in of new members in front of relatives, friends, and a room full of well-wishers. The 7-member Volusia County Council has 4 new members: Jason Davis, who's the chair, Pat Patterson, who represents District 1 in West Volusia, Deborah Denny's from District 3 in Southeast Volusia, and Doug Daniels, the new District 4 representative from Northeast Volusia. Continuing on the 7-member County Council are at-large member Joyce Cusack from DeLand, Joshua Wagner from District 2 in Daytona Beach, and Pat Northey from District 5 in Southwest Volusia. Davis is only the second person to be elected to the county chair's position. Former County Council Chair Frank Bruno was the first elected chair and served the maximum 2 consecutive 4-year terms. Davis said he's excited to begin serving the citizens of Volusia County in his new position.
It's an exciting time now for Volusia County. We've got new council members. We've got new ways of thinking. We've changed out some of the individuals that have been there. They will be missed. They've done some good work, and now it's our turn as the citizens that have taken over in their positions to do some great work. I think the council will all be more than happy to work together. We're all in it together. We're going to start rowing the boat, shall we say, in the right direction all together. And I think Volusia County will be better for what we're trying to accomplish.
The other new members of the County Council were equally excited and said they are looking forward to a productive year serving the citizens of Volusia County.
It's exciting to be back here on the County Council, and I've got friends that I've been with for over 20 years, some that I've served with both here and in Tallahassee, so it's a great day. It's really a great day in Volusia County.
It's very exhilarating and encouraging to see the great turnout and to start finally to work with the entire council. It's a new council, it's a new day with fresh perspectives and some challenging issues coming up, but wonderful opportunities. And I think this council is well positioned to serve all the citizens of Volusia County.
It's great to be here. I'll be working with a lot of friends, people I've known for years. I think this council is going to get a lot of things done. I think it's going to tackle the tough issues in Volusia County, and it's really going to make a difference. We are really going to make a difference in Volusia County.
That's what this is all about, is moving Volusia County forward in a very positive way. We've had some really good years the past few years, and I'm excited about the new council. I think we're going to be a good group together, and it's on Volusia County.
And it's nice to have new council members. I think it's a great day for Volusia County. I believe in this council, and I think everyone will do a good job.
Well, I'm excited about this first day of this new council. I think it gives us another opportunity to work together to do great things for the citizens of Volusia County and the state of Florida. So I look forward with eager anticipation of what the future holds for us. And I think that our future is well and that we will do well as servants in this great county called Volusia.
The County Council also voted to meet the first and third Thursdays of the month, as has been the long-standing practice. So for more information about Volusia County Council and their meeting schedule, you can visit volusia.org/government. Is your home ready for the next windstorm? Well, if not, the Volusia County Wind Hazard Mitigation Program may provide assistance. Funded with federal and state dollars, the funds are provided as a 5-year, zero-interest deferred loan secured by a mortgage. If the homeowner lives in the home for 5 years and complies with the program restrictions, the loan will be forgiven.
The program is specific for wind hazard mitigation. It's not a general repair program, so it can provide hurricane shutters, coverings for doors, can provide upgraded garage doors if your garage door doesn't meet wind codes, as well as gable end tie downs.
The maximum award per household is $10,000. Funding can be used only for owner-occupied homes in Volusia County, except in the city limits of Daytona Beach, Deltona, Oak Hill, Ponce Inlet, and Port Orange. The county's Community Assistance Division will determine if applicants are eligible.
This program is funded with state and federal grants, and because of the grant requirements, all applicants have to be income eligible, and that means that all the members of the household need to provide information on their income and amounts, and that information is provided to staff, which is reviewed and verified to make sure that the household income is within the income guidelines of the program.
For more information and for a pre-application, you can visit volusia.org/housing or call Affordable Housing Coordinator Lori Brown at 386-736-5955, extension 12969. February 16th marks the beginning of Speed Weeks at Daytona International Speedway, and this year you'll get a chance to experience the excitement right on the track. That is, if you're a runner. On Sunday, February 17th, the Speedway, in partnership with Volusia County government, will present the Daytona Half Marathon, a 13.1-mile foot race that takes runners on the famous Daytona 500 track down International Speedway Boulevard in Daytona Beach to the world's most famous beach and back, finishing at the Gatorade Victory Lane, just like cars do. In the past, the Daytona Half Marathon was held in October, but the date was changed this year and for the future to coincide with Race Week. Participants in the Daytona Half Marathon will receive a track-themed finisher medal, race-themed shirt, post-race party in front of the Sprint fan zone, great raffle prizes and race rewards in the Gatorade Victory Lane, and 2 tickets to the Daytona 500 qualifying race. The race begins at 6:30 a.m. For more information and to register, you can visit DaytonaBeachHalf.com.
Hi, I'm Joyce Cusack, Volusia County Council Member at Large. As tough economic times continue, Volusia County residents and visitors are seeing the value of public transportation. During the last fiscal year, Votran had more than 3.5 million boardings. Votran offers a variety of services, including fixed route buses, a beachside trolley, van pooling, and a gold service for people who can't ride fixed route buses due to disability or age. At $1.25 a ride, Votran drives a great bargain. For more information about Votran, visit Votran.org.
This winter, Volusia County residents have experienced some pretty cold days. And when the mercury drops, the number of special visitors goes up. This week on Volusia Here and Now, we'll join Joanne Magley as she visits Blue Spring State Park, the winter refuge for our area manatees.
In the summer, Blue Spring State Park in Orange City is a very popular swimming hole, but from November through March, the spring is closed to swimmers and becomes a winter refuge for our area manatees. They escape the cold winter waters of the St. Johns River for the warm, consistent 72-degree water in the spring.
What really brings the manatees in is the temperature of the river. When the river temperature gets down below 68 degrees, it gets cold enough that starts forcing the female manatees with calves and the younger manatees who don't have a lot of body weight into the spring run, especially in the evenings, to warm up in the nice warm water.
Robert Rundle, park manager at Blue Spring, says you'll actually find the highest number of manatees the second or third day after a cold front passage.
Generally, when a cold front comes through, if we haven't had a lot of manatees in, that day the cold front comes through, the manatees will be out there in the river and they'll realize that, the air is getting colder, things are happening, and maybe they need to start heading to Blue Spring. By the second and the third day, especially if it's a real good cold front, we may have a significant portion of the St. John's population here in the spring run.
The best time of day to see the manatees is early in the morning. On a really cold day, as many as 300 manatees could seek refuge here at Blue Spring Park. In January of 2011, a statewide synoptic survey, which represents a general view of the whole, found 2,432 manatees on the East Coast and 2,402 manatees on the West Coast. Manatee Watch, a local volunteer group, helps the county track where manatees are located or traversing within the county. Volunteers are trained to record manatee information such as behavior, condition, and location. And did you know you can view the manatees at Blue Spring anytime via your computer? Just log on to SaveTheManatee.org and watch these amazing creatures on the live manatee cam or watch the close-up video from underwater. For Volusia Here and Now, I'm Joanne Magley.
We all hear it. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. The Women, Infants, and Children program at the Volusia County Health Department are making you know the benefits of eating a well-balanced breakfast to start your day. Public Information Officer Stephanie Strong has more on this segment of Community Health Matters.
As the sun rises, it means the start of a brand new day. Rise and shine also means it's breakfast time. The benefits of eating breakfast. Breakfast prepares you to listen, think, and remember. Breakfast helps you maintain a healthy body weight by not overeating later in the day. Breakfast keeps your energy level up. Breakfast stabilizes your mood, and breakfast meets basic nutrition needs. The Volusia County Health Department's Supplemental Nutrition Program for Women, Infants, and Children, or WIC, is putting the spotlight on the importance of eating breakfast with a statewide campaign called Rise and Shine. It's breakfast time.
Our fall 2010 campaign is Rise and Shine, It's Breakfast Time. It focuses on the importance of eating breakfast, 3 different foods from 3 different food groups.
Hi, I'm Tanya Marchena, WIC and Nutrition Services Community Outreach Supervisor. Taking the time to eat a healthy breakfast is easier than you think. Here are some 5-minute ideas for meals to make when you're in a hurry. What we have here is a whole grain cereal topped with your favorite fresh fruit, 4 ounces of juice, and of course, low-fat milk. You can make yourself a breakfast burrito using a corn tortilla with scrambled eggs, spinach, or beans. To add variety to your day, try some hot cereal and a fresh fruit along with a glass of low-fat milk. Take a slice of whole grain bread, add some cheese, a side of fresh fruit, 4 ounces of juice, and you have a nutritious breakfast. Another tip to try is to take some grits, add a little low-fat margarine, a side of fresh fruit, and a glass of low-fat milk. Here's to breakfast. Enjoy.
Thanks, Tanya. Although mornings may be hectic with work and school, as you see, preparing breakfast can be as easy as 1, 2, 3. These are some of the approved WIC foods that you can use to make a quick, easy, and nutritious breakfast in minutes. For more information about the WIC and Nutrition Program or about the importance of eating breakfast, please visit www.volusiahealth.com or call 1-866-WIC-FOOD. For Volusia Magazine and on behalf of the Volusia County Health Department, your guide to better health, I'm Public Information Officer Stephanie Strong.
For more information about Florida's WIC and Nutrition Program or about the importance of eating your breakfast, you can visit volusiahealth.com. Well, now it's time to head into the studio to join our Community Information Director, Dave Byron, for a chat with the Daytona Beach Area Convention and Visitors Bureau President and CEO, Jeff Hentz.
Well, thanks, Amber, and hi, everyone. Happy New Year. While the economy isn't fully recharged, Florida's tourism picture is really pretty good. As we head into the winter vacation season in Volusia County, we'll find out how our tourist industry is faring these days, and we're very pleased to have with us in the studio Jeff Hentz. He's the president and CEO of the Daytona Beach Convention and Visitors Bureau. Jeff, Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year.
Thanks for being with us.
Love to be here, and thanks for inviting me.
Hey, I know your agency keeps tabs on a number of indicators, obviously the average daily rate and the occupancy and all of that. In general, as you look at the indicators, how are we doing, Jeff?
You know, we've really picked it up, I think, over the last 6 to 7 months in all three of those. In fact, what we try to do is we place ourselves in what we call a comp set, a competitive set, with 13 other destinations, both in Florida and outside of Florida, like Myrtle Beach.
Right.
And over the last several years, we've kind of ranked near the bottom, and I think that's one of our goals that we're shooting for, is to get ourselves up in that middle to upper bunch. And those three indicators in that comp set are occupancy, ADR, and then RevPAR. Revenue per available room is really the important to me tracker, and then it all comes together, rubber hits the road when we get our tax collections. But over the last, I think 5 of the last 6 months, we've been up in all three of those indicators. We actually moved out of the basement and got ourselves up just during that top 10 in 2 of the 3. So signs are pointing the right way, and I think with our new advertising campaign, they're going to continue to drive that way.
Let's look at the state of Florida in general. My understanding is the state of Florida is really doing pretty well tourism-wise. I think Orlando had a record last year, and that's good news for everyone, I guess.
To me, you know, if we know Orlando's going well, then we should expect and we should benefit from some of that, as long as we got our market position right, our message right. And then what we're going to be doing a lot more this year is aligning ourselves with becoming more of Orlando's beach and getting those folks, when they're planning a trip to Central Florida, to include a trip to Volusia County and Daytona Beach.
Yeah, why not? I mean, they're only less than an hour away.
That's right.
And of course, there's millions of them down there, so that makes perfect sense. Hey, one of the things that I wanted to check with you on is the resort tax. Obviously, that's the source of funding for your agency. It helps to pay the debt at the Ocean Center and so forth. And that also was an indicator of the number of visitors coming to Volusia County. How are we doing in terms of those collections, Jeff?
Well, we finished the year, obviously, September 30th, and we were ahead. I think the overall percentage was somewhere 4 to 5%, so we came in ahead. So we collected more taxes than what was projected, and we started the year in October with a bang. We were 14% ahead in our collections. We obviously had Biketoberfest, that was a big hit. We had Wings and Waves, but even if we compare October to 2010, the last time we had Wings and Waves in Biketoberfest, we were up 7.5% this year over 2010. So we are off and running in a real positive way. Now there are headwinds out there. Orlando's reporting that they think 2013 is going to be a much slower year.
Really?
Their numbers have been revised down, both in the international market and domestic. And I think a lot of it's going to have to do with this fiscal cliff. We all have to be aware of it. So we're expecting to work harder and smarter, because we certainly can't outspend the competition. We're just going to have to outthink them.
What do you see and hear about the prospect for the winter tourism season, Jeff?
You know, that's a great question, and I'm always the kind of guy that looks ahead so we can be better prepared.
Right.
And talking with a number of our hotel partners, both small, mid, and large-size hotels, looking at the what I call first quarter of the calendar year, actually almost all of them are reporting better than what they were a year ago in terms of advanced bookings. And that's what we're always looking for, advanced bookings. So things are, we have no reports of, oh, it's terrible, it's slow. Good majority, everyone that I talked to said, we're holding steady, we're actually ahead of pace, and that's a real good sign.
And so maybe that is a sign of a little bit more of consumer confidence that they're booking ahead.
I think so. And I think one of the unique things about our destination is, especially when we get around these special events of Speed Weeks and then Bike Week, is some of those better deals are booked earlier. Then as you get closer in, those minimums go up and the rates go up. So I think folks in our hotel community has done a good job of educating, hey, if you want the best deals, get in, because we've only got a certain number of rooms at this price. The rates go up, and I think that's really what we want to get, is to try to drive that advanced booking window early, even though we know it's shrinking.
What are you hearing about the folks at the Speedway? What are they thinking about as they're heading into the their season?
Well, you know, this will be my first experience, just like it was back in October, my first Biketoberfest, and I learned so much. This will be my first true experience here in Daytona Beach with the Speed Weeks and the Daytona 500. It's a dream come true. As you know, I get goosebumps thinking about it, just to be part of it. But the Speedway folks, it's wonderful to work with that team over there.
Right.
These are great marketers, great promoters, and you know, we want to hitch our wagon to make sure we're positioned right so we can drive as much lodging revenue, as much visitation to the area. And what we're hearing is they're very excited about the upcoming year. They've got some, obviously, you know, the teams, the number of race drivers have changed teams. They had a very competitive, down to the wire season last year.
Right.
And what the big news that we're excited about, in fact, the Daytona International Speedway group came and spoke to our hot board meeting this past week, Wednesday. There's a new event. They're bringing the short track racers from around the country to come in and have a special kind of Super Bowl of racing for their short track. And they're going to conduct that Monday and Tuesday between the first weekend and then the Daytona 500 weekend.
Wow.
So they're expecting potentially thousands of teams and their families to come down to watch these races
Wow.
between Monday and Tuesday. That's going to drive some more room nights for us and really get some exposure to these small tracks. We're getting behind it. The hot board approved to support the event, and we're really excited about that.
You have a new agency called Push. I guess they're out of Orlando.
That's correct.
I'm hearing that you're just now unveiling new creative and a new approach and so forth. So what can you share with us about that?
Yeah, you know, we brought Push on. We sent out an RFP back over in fact, prior to me arriving here back in May, and we selected Push back over I think it was in late June, early July. And so we've been busy putting together the media plan and, more importantly, the new creative. Mm-hmm. And so what we wanted to look at is get away from some of the messaging and marketing we've been doing over the last few years, which I call commoditized marketing. It's our beach is bigger than your beach. Our beach is larger than your beach. You know, people and consumers, all the beaches are trying to say the same thing, and we get lost. We're one of 20 beaches being promoted in and around the country. So what we wanted to look at, and where I think the marketing of the future is going, especially for destinations, is to create an emotional and experiential message that people can say, I want to be in that. Right. And that's where we're going. So we're creating an emotional, experiential type marketing. We created the term seize the day, better yet, seize the Daytona Beach. Mm-hmm. And DaytonaBeach.com is the driver. Seize the Daytona is going to be the message. And what it is, it's seize the moment, seize your youth, seize your funny side, seize your culinary side, because we're gonna talk about Daytona Beach and our destination on so many levels that'll address all of our different markets. And so seize that moment, and you're going to seize that moment in Daytona Beach. We're excited. We've been testing it throughout the all of our demographic groups. Came back with a 95% love your rating. I'm going to go and find out more information about the destination. But we're taking it on the road now throughout the community, and everybody loves the campaign. It's fresh. Good. The images, the color, the style, the fonts. It's really going to, I think, set a new tone. It's going to help us. And this agency, Push, is phenomenal. John Ludwig's the owner. He's had the agency for over 20 years. They're the agency of record for Orlando. They're one of the reasons. The creative they put together for Orlando, I think, is one of the contributing reasons why Orlando went from $46 million to $56 million in 3 years.
That's awesome. Hey, the County Council has made a pretty good-sized investment in outdoor recreation, particularly parks and trails and that sort of thing. You know, Volusia County has an eco side, if you will, an eco-friendly side. How does that play into the beach experience, and how does that play into your thinking?
Well, the way that I'm so glad and blessed that we have something like that in our community, because it allows us to diversify what our message is. Our fight every day is to say we want to keep you here for 3 or 4 days and not just 1 or 2. And it allows us to also go after a more broader audience. So with two ways, we can use that to leverage into longer room nights and say, stay here, but you go out and experience that eco side of our destination, that natural ecotourism side, the more that softer outdoor type of activity. Right. And then the second part of that is we can go after an even more broader audience versus going after a more narrow audience. And I think that's the part that some destinations say, well, you know what, we only have this, we're one-dimensional. We're multi-dimensional here in Volusia County, and we have to leverage it, and I think that's a big part of it.
And speaking of leveraging, of course, we've got the much larger Ocean Center now, and of course that's the convention side of your business. How are things going with the convention side of things?
I think they're going fantastic. In fact, we just unveiled our brand new trade show booth, an amazing booth. The big show in Orlando, I think, was December 4th and 5th, the IAEE conference, and the Ocean Center sales team, our sales team, a number of our hotel partners, we all came together and unveiled the brand new trade show booth. And it was a huge hit. We had every meeting planner coming by and talking with us. We picked up a record number of leads from that event.
Good.
But I think it's continuing to work together as a team, as one partnership team, to get the message out there and go after that business. But I will tell you, we're encouraged about the prospects for us growing the convention business and meeting business, not only at the Ocean Center, but throughout the area. And it's only because I think we're really putting that effort to work together and sharing that message. And we've upgraded our database systems internally. We just brought in a market development director who's going to take every one of our meeting planner prospects, and we're going to start making sure that on a monthly basis we're messaging those planners that are ready for RFPs. So we're really putting some muscle behind our talk and getting us right in the first place and the right time, moment of truth with those meeting planners.
At the end of January, Jeff, the Volusia County Council will be hearing the preliminary report of a year-long study that's taken place of tourism marketing. As you know, the County Council hired a group called Strategic Advisory Group out of Georgia, and Dan Fenton from California is the lead consultant on that. My understanding is he's been out talking to a number of people, and this report is going to be, I think, eye-opening. What do you know about the report, or what do you think the prospects are here?
Well, I know Dan's done a phenomenal job. I think he's probably been out interviewing and talking with more people than I have, or he's matched me, right. Discussion with different stakeholders from the community. And he's been a great person to talk with. I've had a couple conversations with him in meetings, obviously, to get my perspective on tourism, coming from California as well, right. Coming here back to Florida. But what I know about it is I think they're looking at different ways that we can become a smarter marketing entity as a county, and then looking at tourism in general. I think research is a big part of that study, and how research has to factor into what we do from a decision-making basis when we're planning our media and planning our strategy. Right. And then I think we're looking at, obviously, how we approach the meetings market and the conventions market, and how we can do that with this state-of-the-art Ocean Center that we have. Is, I think, one of the premier meeting and conference and convention centers around the country. We got to make sure that we're moving forward in the right direction, making sure that we're going to stay at the competition, and how we can do that. That, I believe, will be part of that study as well. So I think it's going to be a very comprehensive study. I can't wait to the results, because I think we can all become much smarter after that study, and probably come up and utilize a lot of those recommendations.
Well, Jeff, we'll let that be the last word.
Great.
Obviously, lots of things going on in the community. All in all, from what I'm hearing, things aren't going too badly for
Going
us.
well. We're working hard, and it's easy to work hard when you got such a great destination.
Well, Jeff, I want to thank you for being with us.
Thank you, sir.
Our guest today is Jeff Hentz. He's the President and CEO of the Daytona Beach Area Convention and Visitors Bureau. And with that, Amber, we'll go back to you.
Thanks, Dave, and thank you for watching Volusia Magazine. If you have any questions about our program, just give us a call at any of the numbers you see listed here, or you can log on to volusia.org. You can also watch the show online. Go to volusia.org and click on News. Don't forget to listen to Volusia Today, Volusia County Government's public information radio broadcast. Volusia Today airs every Tuesday and Sunday mornings on the local radio stations you see on your screen. For Volusia Magazine, I'm Amber Patterson. Have a great evening.